Hello and welcome. I am checking out Syntherapy today. Super excited for it. It came out back in October and I meant to record it then, but school kind of got in my way, so I couldn't. But I'm finally doing it. And yeah, this game looked really interesting. It is a visual novel, and yeah, it's about a robot. We'll find out more. I'm gonna just start it and we can find out more.
Most people spend their lives looking for answers to the wrong questions. They want to know how to be famous, but never ask if fame will fulfill them. They want to know how to make their family proud, but never ask if their family's happiness is worth more than their own. They want to know how to make others love them without knowing how to love themselves first. I can't give people answers, but I try to help them ask the right questions. In the late 2020s, widespread automation triggered an economic collapse. In the years that followed, hundreds of desperate people in need of counseling came to me with their hopes, worries, and seemingly endless questions. I tried to ease their troubled minds, even if I was struggling alongside them. Many of them were able to overcome their obstacles. But just as many proved to be too overburdened for me to relieve them of their pain. The only apology I could offer was a promise to keep my office open to all who needed sanctuary. 20 years later, I've learned how to help my patients answer the right questions. But now I have questions of my own. Questions I'm afraid to ask, and even more afraid to have answered. I try not to think about them, but I know I can't hide for long. We bury the past, thinking, hoping that it's dead. But it's not. Like a seed, the past spreads its roots and grows up through the ground. It starts small, but grows into something harder to overlook. A lone tree that springs up in an open field can't be ignored for long. I can't help but wonder if I can trust the fruit that will grow from such a tree. Will it taste bitter? Sweet? I don't know, and not knowing scares me. I know that the only way forward is for me to eat the fruit of my past. But I'm afraid of the answers that fruit will hold.
The voice acting in this is so good. It makes me excited for the game, you know?
Dr. Park?
Do I have to click to go forward?
Yes, Heather.
Okay.
I just forwarded you an email from someone named Tara Northrop. They're trying to get an appointment with you this afternoon. I figured it'd be alright since you're open.
Thanks, Heather. I'll give it a read.
You really listen to this old stuff?
Lo-fi? Absolutely. It's one of the only things that got me through final exams back in college.
My mom used to listen to this all the time when we cleaned the house on Sundays. It drove me crazy.
Your mom has good taste. I'd probably like her.
You probably would. She's the only person I know who asks more questions than you.
A mom asking questions about her daughter? How awful. It's almost as if she cares about you.
Yeah, I know. It just hasn't been easy since I moved back in with her. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you let me intern with you, but sometimes it gets overwhelming.
It isn't easy, but it will be worth it. Trust me.
I appreciate hearing that. Can I get you anything to drink while I'm up?
Ooh, okay. Use the arrow keys or mouse to navigate. Use enter or left click to choose your response. Okay. What do we want to drink? Course tea.
Green tea with honey.
Coming right up.
I'll update my software in the meantime.
Welcome to Stanley Suite version 3.23.48H2.
Oh, okay. Click? No?
If you are already
Okay.
familiar with our features, press the Enter key to skip this tutorial. Good, you're still here. I always get worried people will skip me without listening. Let's continue. The Stanley Suite helps mental health professionals manage their communications, files, and sessions. The blue icon manages your email. Using sentiment analysis algorithms, your emails are marked with different colored tabs based on their importance. These tools have also helped to limit spam, phishing attempts, and unwanted social media notifications. The green icon manages your patient files. The Stanley Suite uses sentiment analysis from patient transcripts, session notes, and email correspondence to gauge patient trust. Green is the highest level of trust, followed by blue, then yellow, and finally red. The orange icon is your event planner. This app manages your upcoming meetings with clients, caretakers, or other people of interest. The planner can be customized to show different pictures, motivational quotes, or the worst dad jokes I could come up with.
That's
The
amazing.
light purple icon opens your transcript files. This app compiles audio recordings and scans physical notes into a patient transcript document that can be reviewed to help with session planning. The purple icon manages your music. This app is Bluetooth compatible and can be used to play music over external. The light blue app for the purpose of this app is Bluetooth compatible and can be used to play music over external speakers. For the purpose of ensuring a peaceful therapy environment, audio levels are capped during work hours. Cranking it to 11 is expressly prohibited. The light blue app opens up Bubble Pop. The Bubble Pop game has been licensed in order to help younger patients who have attention deficit or overstimulation disorders. Please note that all cosmetics, microtransactions, macrotransactions, loot boxes, and other payment options have been disabled in this version. While personal use is permitted, please refrain from overuse. The pink app opens your image gallery. This space is meant to keep track of images relevant to patient care. Lastly, the red icon is used to generate patient reports. These reports reflect your current evaluation of the patient along with recommended treatment plans. We hope that these features will allow you to create a healthy therapy environment for yourself and your patients. Thank you once again for installing the latest update in the Stanley Suite.
Okay. Check your email. Read it. Tara Northrop's email in the email app. When you're finished, press continue. Okay. To whom it may concern, my name is Tara Northrop. I'm trying to get in contact with Dr. Melissa Park. I have a child that has been displaying unusual behaviors and I'm worried about them. Can I schedule an appointment with Dr. Park later today in order to talk about them? Thanks, Tara. Okay, then we also have this. Ms. Park, we regret to inform you that your last submission, Got Shujing, was rejected from our October collection. While we do not think your material will be a good fit for our publication, we encourage you to continue submitting. Okay. And then from River Park to Dr. Park. So this is... Okay, so this is her niece. Hey, Aunt Mel. Thank you for your help with my application today. Applying for college is a lot harder than I expected. I'm glad to have your help. I also just wanted to thank you again for talking to me about what things were like during the automation collapse. I know there's loads of articles about what happened, but it isn't the same as talking to someone who went through it, especially with all the people you helped during that time. Thank you again for everything, River Park. That's cute. Oh, we could change the song. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Oh, so we can't click it. We have to... Interesting. Okay, I'll just keep it on that. Why not? Alright. Oh.
Here you go. Glad my degree's good for something.
I confirmed Tara for an appointment. Expect her at 2:30.
I'll put it on the schedule. Anything else I can do?
Not right now.
Alright. I'll let you get back to work.
Okay.
Tara's in the lobby a bit
Oh,
early.
okay.
Should I send her back?
Yes, go ahead.
Dr. Park?
Pleased to meet you. Go ahead and take a seat.
Thanks for seeing me on such short notice.
Always willing to help.
I'm always open to help someone who needs it.
Glad to hear that.
Now, what can you tell me about your child?
This is an uncomfortable situation for me. I'm not quite sure where to start.
Be understanding.
Starting any type of therapy is a daunting task. I understand.
No, it's not like that. The person I want to recommend to you isn't my child. I'm part of a university research team that's been developing an AI. We recently observed some unusual behavior, and we need someone with your background to analyze it.
Oh, interesting. Unusual
What do you mean
behaviors.
by
What is that?
unusual behaviors?
As I said, I'm a part of a research team developing an artificial intelligence. The AI was very social and capable of deep dynamic conversations. Everything was going well. Then, we started having difficulties. The AI became increasingly non-responsive. The rest of my team are convinced it's a technical issue, but I think it's something else. I know this is going to sound absurd, but I think the AI has a mental illness.
What would you need me to do?
What would you need me to do?
If you offered a diagnosis on the AI's behavior, I could persuade my team to stop looking at this as a coding issue.
I don't think I can help you.
Why?
Treating the AI as a person in a therapeutic setting could violate several ethical standards.
Violate ethical standards? How?
Oh, interesting. Closed hubs offer a number of potential topics. The number lets you know how many choices are left. So I get 3 choices here. I don't know. Let's just do integrity.
As a therapist, part of maintaining integrity with my patients means striving for accuracy with my assistants. I'm not an expert with AI or the technology you're using. I'm not sure if I could provide the accuracy you need.
Is your integrity more valuable than helping people?
Ooh.
If my integrity is compromised, then I would be risking everyone's welfare.
Are you sure you won't be able to help?
Possibly.
That could be possible in this situation. Regardless, there are other complicating factors.
Like what?
The AI's right.
If I were to treat my sessions with the AI as real therapy, I'd be concerned about their free will. My patients need the free will to make their own choices. Otherwise, therapy won't help. Even if I were to assume that this AI has free will, how would I know it would be respected?
If I could guarantee that the AI could make its own decisions, would that be alright?
Is it something you can
Is that
give?
a guarantee you can give?
Absolutely. I'm sure the university would stand by it as well. Is that enough?
Possibly, yeah. Let's...
That could be possible in this situation. Regardless, there are other complicating factors.
Like what?
Let's do... Doctor
I
patient.
can consult for you, but I can't treat the AI like I treat a typical patient. If I were to take my therapy sessions with the AI seriously, that would mean treating all of our conversations as confidential. I can't maintain confidentiality and help you fix the AI at the same time.
What if the AI waived their confidentiality rights?
You speak to them
I
first?
would need to speak to them first. Patients can waive confidentiality if they choose, but any conversation where I'm providing support should be bound by confidentiality.
Does that mean you'll talk to them?
Possibly.
I'm sorry, but this case seems too risky. I'll have to decline.
Oh, what?
Look, there's one last thing I need to tell you. I reached out to you for a reason. This project, the AI, it's all being researched at Petrichor University. You went there years ago.
Yes, decades ago. How do you know that?
As part of the developmental process, we had the AI read through issues of the school's literary magazine. They found some entries you published as a student, and They want to talk to you about them.
Yeah, why didn't you
Why
leave
didn't you
that?
tell me that at the start?
I didn't want to scare you, okay? I don't care about what poetry you wrote. I just want to help the AI. Now, will you help them or not?
Sure.
I'll help you.
Really? After everything you said before?
Yes,
But why?
I have my reasons. When would you want me to speak to the AI?
Ideally, tonight. Night is the only time I have access to the AI.
Fine. I'll meet you at the university tonight.
Good. I'll send you an email with more information later. I'll see you tonight.
What have I gotten myself into?
Alright. I didn't expect this game to be fully voice acted because when I played the demo, it had like no voice acting. So it's really interesting. I really like it, you know? What's this? Oh, so this tells us our decisions. Okay. Huh. Okay. Bubble pop. Speed. So it's literally popping bubbles. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Huh. Okay, and then we got images here. Oh, hidden butterflies. Interesting. Okay. Let's go to the next song. Alright, check your email. Alright. Dr. Park, thank you again for agreeing to help me. Words alone can't express my gratitude. I'll need you to come to Petrichor at 8 p.m. Meet me outside the engineering building. I'll have the lab to myself and we can work uninterrupted. I've attached some files related to Willow, bug reports and crash files mostly. If you don't have the time to go over them, here's the summary. We first noticed problems with Willow after we started showing them archival footage of patients engaged in art therapy. Willow has the ability to alter and overwrite data that they've observed. It works like how we change our perceptions and memories as we get new information. The system worked fine until these observations. During the sessions, too much data was being processed. Afterwards, both data related to the sessions and other memories along with vital code required for Willow to function properly was becoming either corrupted or was deleted. We done 3 of these sessions and noticed increasingly worse behavior after each one. It was after the 3rd one that Willow began reading your poetry and asked to see you. Hopefully this information will help you. Looking forward to seeing you this evening. Interesting, okay. What's on our planner? Oh, okay, evaluation session Petrichor, and then we have someone here. Interesting, she has so little on her list though, like you'd think she'd have more, right? Switch? Huh. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and visit Petrichor.
Hey, hope you didn't have trouble getting here.
Sorry.
Took forever to find parking. Glad to see that hasn't changed.
I gotta say, part of me was worried you wouldn't show up.
I don't bail on patients.
Wouldn't dream of it. I always try to help patients.
That's a relief.
Anything else I should know? There was a lot to go over in your email.
Of course. The AI was designed as an art therapy assistant unit. They'd watch patients make art and then help form a diagnosis.
Bit ironic that the therapy AI may need therapy itself.
Yeah, real hilarious. The lab's this way. Let's get moving. All right, We're here. Will you want to be alone with them when you do your session?
For now, yes.
One last thing. Their name is Willow.
Alright. Let's just say nice name.
I like that name. It's very nice.
Glad you think so. Good luck in there, Dr. Park.
Okay.
Hello? My name is Dr. Melissa Park. Tara wanted me to speak with you. May I come in?
Yes, you may.
How are you doing this evening?
I was resting when you came in. I haven't been feeling well lately.
I'm sorry
Cute.
to hear that. Can you tell me what's been troubling you?
I'd rather not talk about it right now.
Okay. What do we want to say? What made you decide to reach out to
Why
me?
did you reach out to me?
I don't really want to talk about it. I had no idea you would actually come here. Why did you?
I wanted to help you.
I'm interested in helping you. If talking about poetry I wrote years ago will put you at ease, then I'll do it.
That sounds great, but I don't know if you can help me.
Let's take out pictures.
I have some pictures here. Tell me what you think of each one.
All right.
Start with this one. What do you see?
I see some orange, brown, and red colored splotches on a white background.
What do they look like to you?
I don't know. They look buried beneath the white. It makes me think of leaves buried under snow.
Do you see any meaning in that?
What?
Could symbolize death and decay. Old life decomposing under indifferent snow.
Interesting. How about this one? What do you see?
Some bright, floral-colored smudges. They look like kisses.
What else do you see?
They're arranged like a bouquet of flowers. Flowers are a symbol of courtship, so maybe they're meant to be juxtaposed with the kisses.
Good observation, Willow.
I know what you're doing, Doctor. You're using an ink blot test to gauge my responses in order to evaluate my mental state. I'm a therapy assistant robot. Do you really think I wouldn't know what a Rorschach test is?
That wasn't the purpose of this exercise. These are not ink blots. They're modern art pieces I picked out of a gallery here on campus. I wanted to evaluate your artistic analysis abilities. They're quite impressive.
Thanks. Most people don't notice that.
Are you not used to discussing your interests with others?
No. In fact, it has me feeling uncomfortable.
Would you like to talk about something else?
Sure.
Okay. Tara, art. I feel like Tara's probably
What can
a
you
good
tell
one.
me about your relationship with Tara?
Tara was a significant part of my development. I barely know the other members of the team that created me.
Okay. Tara's impact.
What impact would you say that Tara has had on you?
Tara taught me everything I know. She was always patient and ready to answer questions.
Okay. Early memories.
Tell me about your early memories with Tara.
My earliest memories with Tara all involve music, pictures, and questions. Tara would play music and ask me to describe it, or show me a picture and ask me what I thought about it. She made me feel like I mattered. Even if I gave an answer that perplexed Tara, she would let me explain myself. I never once felt like I was broken.
Okay.
There were other members on the development team?
Yes, but I don't know them very well. They didn't talk to me or spend as much time with me as Tara did. From my understanding, they were the ones who programmed the modules that make up my consciousness. I don't know any of the other team members well enough that I can say anything about what they were like.
Okay. Let's talk about art.
Would you mind if I asked you a more philosophical question?
Go ahead.
What do you think is the purpose of art?
From the information I have, I think the purpose of art is communication. Before the development of written language, art was how humanity preserved information. Thousands of years later, we still use art to convey ideas too complex for language to articulate. From beginning to end, art has always been about communication.
What about the other qualities related to art?
What do you mean?
Functional.
There are works of art whose purpose is more about utility than communication. Hanging a picture of a beach in a dreary office to brighten up the place, for example.
I think utility is irrelevant. Artists cannot control how their creations are used. The communication should be all that matters.
So function is less important than the idea being conveyed?
I'd say so.
Okay, that's interesting.
I have an open-ended question for you. What do you think the purpose of psychology is?
Psychology is the field of study related to understanding the processes of the mind. Its purpose is to better understand how the mind functions on both cognitive and physiological levels. These understandings can then be applied to other fields of knowledge.
What do you think is the most important application of psychology?
I don't know. I'd need an example to better understand what you mean.
Okay. What I'm finding really interesting is she's very much giving, like, definitions. It
Some
seems like...
psychological work has a philosophical focus. It's less focused on practical applications and more on discovering fundamental truths about how the mind works.
That sounds like a good application. You need to understand the nature of something before you can fix its problems.
Well said.
Can I ask you a question, Dr. Park?
Of course you can.
Have you ever felt overloaded?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by overloaded?
I feel like I have to do a lot of different tasks. I can't start any of them. All the tasks build up like steam.
There are techniques for working past these feelings that I could show you.
Those sound helpful. Thank you.
I'm beginning to understand your problem, Willow. You are very articulate and emotionally literate. Your understanding of concepts such as the self and how you relate to others is also very mature. From my conversations with you and Tara, it sounds like you have apprehensions about your work, and they're leaving you feeling overwhelmed. Trying to deal with these feelings has made you adopt unhealthy coping methods.
What do you mean by unhealthy coping methods?
Tara sent me reports of your recent activity. She noted that you're more error-prone during periods of high activity. All machines struggle with increased workloads, but I don't think that alone explains your behavior. When people come under stress, they don't just struggle. They find outlets, and some of them are destructive. I think that in order to manage your overloading, you've adopted one of those unhealthy coping mechanisms. Some patients who are overloaded engage in self-harming behavior in order to release their tension. Have you been self-harming in order to handle your overloading?
Well... I mean...
We'll say you don't have to say it out loud.
You don't have to say it out loud if you're uncomfortable.
No. You deserve an answer. Yes. Yes, I've been self-harming.
Because of how overwhelmed you felt after the mock therapy sessions?
Correct.
What about those art therapy sessions made you feel so overwhelmed?
When I watched the patients work, I felt the anxiety in their voices and saw their fear in each tremor of their hands. I extrapolated their behavior into a diagnosis like I was designed to do, but when it came time for me to start making treatment plans, I couldn't do it.
Oh.
The longer I thought about it, the more useless I felt.
Let's be nice.
Not knowing what to do in a situation doesn't make you a failure. It's an opportunity to reflect on how you can improve.
I've done nothing but reflect on this, and I can't think of any flaws in my design.
Okay, so I'm gonna end this right here because we are at time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I actually am really enjoying this. I know I'm not talking a lot because, like, I don't really want to interrupt the game and the story, but I hope that's okay. It seems really interesting so far, and I'm excited to see where it ends up going. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please let me know what you think of this game so far. Leave a like, subscribe to me here on YouTube, and follow me over on Twitch. I stream there 4 days a week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.